G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And in this lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play Shawn Mendes' new song, Ruin. So for the basics of this song, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning, no capo, and you'll need to know 8 chord shapes. Now if you want to master your chord shapes back to front, then head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. So the 8 chord shapes are D, D7, B minor, B minor 7, so that's the same as a B minor except you just lift your pinky finger, A, G, D slash F sharp, and E minor 7. So Shawn Mendes uses bar chords throughout this whole song. However, we're going to stick with the open chords that I've just shown you there because it's going to be easier to learn, but also sounds nicer if you're just playing by yourself and singing along. Just before we start, I want to mention that this song's in 3/4 timing. So it has a waltz feel to it, and the count will go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So let's start with the intro / verse. This is just a really easy 2-chord chord progression that goes D and then G. So you'll notice in the recording of this song there's this little guitar lick that goes. Now to play that together with the D chord, all you'll need to do is play the D, and then as you hit that you take your pinky finger and you hammer it onto the 3rd fret and pull it off. And you do that 3 times and it'll sound like this. And you'll get that lick at the same time as playing the chord. In the recording though, the lick is played somewhere more up the neck and has more to do with those bar chords. But as I mentioned, this is a more easy version to play and sing along to. So we'll start with that. And for the rest of the intro and verse, this strumming pattern will go something like this. Down, up, down, up, down. After that last down, there's actually a bit of a pause. So in succession, it'll sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. You'll do the lick first on that D, and then you'll play it for 1 strumming pattern, and then you'll play the G for 2 strumming patterns. So it'll sound like this with the lick. If you don't want to play that little lick at the start, or you can't, then you can just use the strumming pattern instead. So we'll have that strumming pattern twice for each chord, twice for the D and twice for the G. So just strummed, it'll sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. And that's the super easy strum version. Now we'll get to the chorus, and there's just 2 lines of chords that we'll need to learn, and we just repeat them over. So the first line of chords goes A, and then B minor, and then G. The second line of chords goes A, then B minor, then G, and D. Now the strumming pattern for this chorus is going to go like this. Down, up, down, up. And in succession, down, up, 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 down, up. Each chord will be played for 1 strumming pattern, except for the G in the first line, which is played for 2 strumming patterns. So altogether, the chorus will sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that's it for the chorus. The bridge is going to be exactly the same as the verse and intro, and the only other rhythm part that we'll need to learn is the outro. So after the last chorus, we get to the outro, and we start with a D, and then a D7. And we're going to use the verse strumming pattern here. So down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. And then our next line of chords goes G, D/F sharp, and then E minor 7. And we're going to be using the chorus strumming pattern here. So the down, up, down, up. The G and the D/F sharp are going to be played for one strumming pattern, and the E minor 7 for two strumming patterns. So that line of chords will sound like this. Down, up, 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 down, up. You repeat that line again, and then the final line of chords is just going to be G, D/F sharp, and then B minor 7. There's no strumming pattern for that last line of chords. You'll just strum each one once. So altogether, the outro will sound like this. Now I'm just going to show you how to play the solo. Now for the solo, we start on the 7th fret of the 4th string with our ring finger. And we're going to slide up to the 9th fret, and then with our index finger, hit the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Like that. And then you're going to quickly hit the 9th fret, and then go back to the 7th fret, and then slide that down to 6. And that will sound like that. And then after that, you hit the 6th fret of the 3rd string again, and then you go back down to the 9th fret of the 4th string. So far we have this. After that, we hammer on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret with our index and ring finger. After that hammer on, you're going to quickly go to the 7th fret of the 5th string, and then slide down to 5th fret. And that phrase will sound like this. The slide is a bit delayed, so after you hit that 7th fret, you're not going to pluck it again, and then you slide down afterwards. So far we have this. After you've slid down to the 5th fret, we're going to go back up to 7th fret, and with our index finger, you're going to bar the 4th and 3rd strings. And we're going to hit them two together. And after you hit those two strings together, you're going to hammer on with your ring finger onto the 9th fret. You do that twice. And then here's the little tricky part. You're not going to pluck again. You're going to use the fretting hand to pull off to 7. And then with your ring finger, go to the 9th fret of the 5th string. It's kind of a hammer on onto the 9th fret to give it that noise. And then you pull off again onto the 7th fret of that 5th string. So that bit sounds like this. After that, you then slide up to the 9th fret of the 5th string and hold that for a while. You're going to go 7th fret with the index finger on the 3rd string, 9th fret, and then you're going to bend up twice. So it's a little hard on the acoustic here, but when I play it on the electric later, you'll hear exactly how it should sound. The pitch that you should bend up to should match the 11th fret here. So it should sound like this in terms of pitch. But to get to that pitch, you'll actually be bending. It's a little harder on acoustic, but you'll hear it later on the electric. The next lick, which is in a few bars time as well, starts on the 7th fret of the 4th string. You hammer on to the 9th, and then you go 7th fret of the 3rd string, like this. You hit that 7th fret again, and then you hammer on 7th to 9th, and then back to the 7th fret. So that little lick sounds like this. And then straight after that, we have our last little lick, which is just the build up. So you're going to bar the 7th fret of the 3rd and 2nd strings with your index finger. And then you're going to hammer on with your ring finger onto the 8th fret of the 2nd string. So you're going to strum that down, and then on the up strum, let go. So, and you do that 10 times. And then after 10 times, you just hit those two 7 notes together and slide. So it'll sound like this. Now I'm going to be playing the intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and outro. I'm going to have a vocal track on top. So I really encourage that you guys jam along to this playthrough. Once you've practiced it slow, it's really beneficial to force yourself to play along to the song. So feel free to repeat this part over and over and see how you go. Make sure you head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Be sure to click the link in the description as well for the tabs and the chords for this song. If you've enjoyed this and you want to see more in the future, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much. Leave your thoughts, comments, questions and requests below, and I'll see you next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.